Hello there. Today, me and my fiance took a trip to the London Lego store in Leicester Square. Now, there wasn't much of a queue. I'd say we were about 15th in line here, and not many people get there for the opening, but there were plenty coming later. So we got straight into the store on time as it opened. We got the round of applause and everything and headed straight to the Christmas aisle. Of course, I had to go have a look at all the new seasonal bits, and the main reason I was here was to pick up the Star Wars Advent. Now, there was also a chair, and we got to put our hand in a bag and decide which house we belonged to. Funnily enough, we got our own houses, but there was so much on display here. It's not the first time I'd been here, but there were a few new bits. Like, I don't remember Spider-Man, and definitely this chair with the Harry Potter sorting hat was not here last time I was. There was also a change in the middle, as there was a bus and Shakespeare and some other minifigures, rather than all the Harry Potter stuff I saw last time I was here. And of course they had all the big car models like this new Corvette, and around the other side they also had this Mars rover that I don't remember seeing before, and it was really cool. They had the new Marvel minifigures out, and of course we had to pick up one of these each, and they also had the new Disney castle, which looked a bit taller than the last one, so we definitely don't have room for it. And they had so much detail. They had this Mickey Mouse printed tile, and also this tile at the front, which definitely looked like an English crest. And they had so much detail inside. You might see the Mulan sword and dragon. You can also see the Pocahontas flowers just at the bottom right. And they had a load of other characters we haven't seen before. If you take a close look in the middle, you can also see a poster of Maui from Moana. They also had all the big Marvel sets. You can see the shield in the centre of this. And they also, for some reason, had 2 shelves of Lego Crew. I don't know why that is. This crane box is huge for the Liber, I believe it's pronounced. And we definitely couldn't carry that home. But I never knew the Sanderson's sister cottage opened up. And its interior is so detailed. Lego have really done a good job on this, as well as the other big sets like all the castle sets and even the modulars. They're all so detailed and really cool to look at whilst we're in store. I saw this castle up close and it definitely looks a lot bigger. I wasn't expecting it to be that deep. And this other display also has a load of good parts. Of course, Harry Potter Day, they had these on display, but this Z-Blob was everywhere. They also had this Atari, which had a load of different game cartridges with it, and also displays for said games, and the pyramid they actually displayed on top of its interior. As I said before, this Dreams theme is new, so they did have a whole section dedicated to it, which was really cool, and they even had the turtle van that you can get behind and drive to wherever you want. Again, with another Z-Blob. Now, the Star Wars section was pretty cool, but this Chewbacca is just as horrifying in person, and you can see Z-Blob has taken over the throne for his new empire. They also had a few Indiana Jones and Avatar sets on display, which I hadn't seen anywhere else, to be fair, and this Avatar is definitely as creepy as Sonic and Tails. They had a few of the big Star Wars sets like the Falcon, the Razor Crest, and even the new Ghost, which I'll definitely be picking up at some point in the near future. And I didn't notice this whilst I was there, but if you take a close look at Grogu's pit at the N1, you can see, yes, once again, Z-Blob is hiding. But if you look up, there is also the Coruscant Guard gunship, which I'll be picking up very soon, and just a bunch of cool sets. Speaking of, this new microscale Harry Potter is very, very detailed, and I don't think you can appreciate just how much detail they've put into this small size until you see it in person. Like, all these little printed parts in these tiny rooms just stand out so well. Of course, they had the Patronuses, and if we were there between 3 and 5, we'd get to meet the designers of Gringotts. They also had Diagon Alley and all the other big sets like Pac-Man, and again, the Sonic Wave was pretty new to me. The Sonic and Tails were still pretty creepy, but all the Minecraft sets were actually on display, but there was no axolotl inside. I mean, we even went to Hamleys and a few other stores, and the only store that had the axolotl was a store I popped into Wednesday, 2 days before its release. But again, Z-Blob was riding the dolphin, and also from this Ninjago set, they had put Z-Blob on the head of the dragon. Now, onto the build a minifigure, of course. I like this torso. It was sort of like a wrestler torso, but I didn't end up picking it up. But we did build some minifigures I'll show you later, and there was a few cool pieces like this head with an earpiece. And we also filled a pick and build or pick a brick cup, and there were so many bricks on display. I really like these new Lego casings that they display all the different pieces in, as it looks like they're just stacking on each other. And there were in fact 2 walls, technically speaking. So I got to stack in, of course. I had to be most efficient, use a bit of that maths degree to get as much pieces for my money as I can. And if you look, I've stacked these in a pattern that means I can get the most bricks in. I could have been more efficient, and especially when they released the boxes, I picked up a few random pieces like this piece here, which was just bright yellow. And of course they had all the London poly bags and key rings, as well as the 2 new Harry Potter gift with purchases. But we did manage to pick up tickets for the Build a Wand Make and Take event and just enjoy the scenery of the Lego store whilst we waited. I also noticed that the Star Wars Advents were selling a lot more than the other 2. We're not sure if any of the others were picked up, but we soon got in line for the queue for the Make and Take, and we were only about 20th and spotted another Z-blob in the Duplo section. Anyway, we built this one and the instructions are up on my community tab if you want to build it yourself. And on the way out we saw the Lego Ghost, which definitely makes me want to get it, especially seeing all the minifigures in the slots. They had so much detail packed into what is a reasonably not small but not large model, and there was giant Lego brick as well by the entrance, which if you look at the back they've also detailed like the bottom of a Lego brick. Anyway, this is the window display that I didn't record on my way in, and it's all the dream sets coming out. You can see that there is so much variety in not only colour but style of these sets, and they're just a really cool idea to buy anyone for Christmas really. That was our trip to the Lego store with Pikachu, and now let's take a look at what we got.
Hello there again. So this is my haul. This is everything, well, nearly everything that I picked up today at the Lego store. We got 2 of the new Marvel minifigures which come in these new boxes, so we have no idea what minifigures are in here. They do seem a lot smaller than the Mario ones, which again we only had 1 of them because we're not too keen on collecting the Mario line, but I'm really interested to see which characters we get in a minute. And we also got the Halloween pumpkin cat and mouse, which goes very nice with, well, not with I suppose, but before the polar bears and the tree, which we do already own, so we'll be bringing that out at Christmas. And of course I had to pick up this Star Wars Advent. You probably saw a clip earlier of all the Advents on the podium in the Lego store, and the Star Wars one was really the only one that was selling out. Well, at least a few of the Marvel and the Friends, perhaps 1 of each, were selling, but all the Advents were still there, and there were only 2 or 3 left of the Star Wars one. We also did the Builder minifigure. Now, we are building the in-laws in Lego form for Christmas, so I won't be showing the pieces we got to use for them, but we did get a few interesting pieces that we don't see every day, like this cool person with glasses, and also the cool hairpiece that goes on it, and there's a torso with a pug on it, this cool Halloween torso, a rabbit headpiece, the pumpkin head, this hairpiece with a cool yellow hairband, which I definitely haven't seen in any other sets. And also this egg, which definitely looking at it now looks like a ghost, at least the outline of it, maybe a pointy tip, but the egg does look really cool. And as we went there on the 1st of December, the return to Hogwarts day, there are a few Harry Potter specials going on around the store, and there was these 2 gift with purchases, one that came with Gringotts, which was an extra bank for the bottom, and the other one I think you had to spend £35 for, and it was very tempting to get the 2 Harry Potter banners, the wall hanging ones, which I'll show on screen now, but I didn't pick up any of the Harry Potter sets, even the 2 on sale. But we did get these 2 bricks from a sorting chair. We got there really early, and they were running this fun little activity where you got to sit on the chair, put your hand in the bag with your eyes closed, and grab your houses. I got Gryffindor, my fiance got Hufflepuff, which sort of are our respective houses. I'm a Gryffindor and she's a Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, a Huffleclaw as she calls it. So that was really fun. And we also queued up to get our tokens, number 63 and 64, to build these ones here. And they're really sturdy actually, because you've got a Technic axle that goes all the way through from top to the bottom of the wand. And if I pull off a piece at the top here, you can see the axle does reach the very last piece. And these are definitely very cool pieces. I haven't seen this axle anywhere before, so they might be new. And I'll be really interested in LEGO doing a Harry Potter wand collection, even if they only do a few wands, as the long tubes that come with the land speeders round the front would be a really cool piece to support the 1x1 round pieces. So they could even recreate the skinny ones as well as the thicker ones using this here 2x2 round bricks and the Technic axle. But this was really fun to build. There's a few clips for you to see on screen, and I'm very happy with what I picked up today. There is no ghost and no gunship. However, I am definitely keeping an eye on all the October promos and offers, as well as if there's a VIP double points day in November. Well, a double insider points day, as they are called now, which hopefully we'll get before Christmas. Sometime in November would be perfect, and I'll definitely return to pick up both of them if this comes through. But now let's get into the LEGO minifigures. I'll be having a look at the front one, and my fiance will be having a look at the second, and once they're built we'll let you know what minifigures we get. And as you can see, I got Wolverine, and it comes with this really cool helmet piece. And also, not only can you take this mask off to reveal the dual-sided head, but Wolverine also has his hairpiece, which I would have liked to see a bit more like the one the Beast comes with in black, which is a typical comic hairstyle for Wolverine. But I guess this does look Wolverine enough, especially for how he shows in the movies. And the other side actually comes with glasses for the mask, which I didn't notice before, so it's a really cool touch that improves the minifigure. And as you can see, there's so much detail on the arms and the legs. And also the claws that Wolverine comes with are the same as this cat in the background here. At least this piece that it uses for whiskers, and is a really cool piece for his claws. And as you can see past the giant head in the box, my fiance did get, yes, Hawkeye, and it also came with Lucky the dog. And as she pieces it together, you can see that it does again come with arm printing and leg printing and side of leg printing, and a load of small details on all of this printing on the arms, the torso, and even the 2x2 tile that has the pizza box lid. And I did take over putting the accessories on, as they are very fiddly and tend not to go in the first time, as you saw with me struggling to put Wolverine's claws in his hands. And I did also stand the dog on the minifigure floating action pose mini stand, I guess. And though the dog doesn't stick to at least a singular stud, and usually only is held down when it's over a few different studs, I was able to rest it on so it looks like it's standing on its back legs. And you can see again the minifigure detail. Just look at all that printing on the arm. And all these minifigures seem to have lovely printing on the arms and legs. You can see we have all the X-Men ones, the Hawkeye figures, there's some Moon Knight, there's even a What If one from season 2 that we haven't even seen yet. And I suppose we haven't really seen any of the X-Men either in our universe. But there's also a Werewolf by Night minifigure that I haven't watched yet, but this Halloween for sure I'll give it a watch. All these minifigures have arm printing, side of the leg printing, where necessary I guess, because Mr. Knight does not have any leg printing, or at least on the side of his leg, but they even then have printing on the front. Moon Knight's got some lovely printing on his dual moulded legs, which are also common in this minifigure series, and even when I was building the minifigures at the LEGO store, it's great to see so many dual moulded legs as well as all the intricate printing. Now, as for the advent calendar, I will not be giving too close a look into it. You'll have to wait for December when I'm opening them on their respective days, but you can be sure that this layer, as well as the Luke in the annual, will be used with the Scout from the magazine earlier in this year to build an Endor diorama for the new year. Speaking of the annual, I did pre-order it. I said it a few videos ago from Amazon, and it arrived on Thursday. As expected, it was the day that it came out, a day before the September releases. And if I open it up here, if I can get into this, you can see that it is indeed the Star Wars annual for 2024 with none other than Luke Skywalker. And this is the exclusive, well, once exclusive from the Endor set. I suppose this figure doesn't come with the helmet, so I'll need to find a way to get Luke and Leia their helmets before the Endor diorama, but it does come with the same torso and legs from the Endor diorama. This was something like only £7 in the end, and the Advent of course is £30, but you get many more other exclusive figures with it, and the Scout Trooper was about £4 in the magazine. So really I've spent about £40 getting the minifigures and more, and I'm only using the pieces I own to build the diorama. So I'm pretty much getting the diorama for half price, as it sells for about £80–90. But you will have to subscribe and stay tuned for that mock, and for all the others in between, as I can assure you there'll be plenty more to watch. We also went to a few other stores such as Hamley's, where you can see on screen now all the other Lego figures I saw, and I don't mean minifigures, I mean full-size Lego sculptures of characters like Hagrid and even a little Niffler. Their Lego display was amazing. I didn't pick up anything as they were selling all the sets for full price, and they didn't have any sales, discounts, offers, and I'm not getting any insider points. This Lego display here looked truly wonderful, and I'd definitely like to have something like this with all the latest sets for one of the releases in the future. And I even got a mystery bag from Tiger which included this little dish, which is now used as my spare parts dish. So when I'm building sets you'll see it pop up, it'll be on the desk, and it's a really handy place for me to put all the spare pieces from the set. And it just helps me keep them apart from the other pieces, to keep them separate, not get them confused. And once I've built the set, we can see how many spare pieces this set gives us, as they will be parted out and going into a drawer. Do drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments anything you picked up September 1st, as well as if you were able to get either a wand or a Lego brick, or even make it to Leicester Square's London store to meet the designer for Gringotts. Hopefully I do get to go back to a Lego store for another release day very soon. Perhaps not the January 1st one, as that might be a bit too busy, but hopefully another one in the near future. Perhaps the May one, as there are so many Star Wars sets releasing that will truly be a great experience that I'll definitely be recording for you on this channel. And do subscribe so you not only see me opening all of these other sets, but also buying plenty more sets in the future. And thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, where I will be showing off my Pick-a-Brick cup, as of course I hit the pab wall, or the pick and build. I don't know, sometimes people call it Pick-a-Brick, sometimes it's pick and build. On the website it says Pick-a-Brick, so that's what I'm going with. But be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's video, where I'll open it and show you all the interesting pieces I got, as I think this is my best pab wall purchase. And I was so happy with so many of the different pieces that were there yesterday. And may the bricks be with you always.